Loot subscription. Also, I really like Kalista. One of my favorite tier 1 units that ever existed. It's like a set 5 Kalista reprint, but I love that Kalista. Kalista and Caitlyn are among my favorite units. What do you think of the Lulu unit? It's actually, she's really fun, I think. I'm gonna be playing her a lot more once the PBE goes up in a few days. I've not played a lot of Rise. I actually skipped Mentor for the most part, but I did get beat up by a lot of Rise players. One guy had a Rise 3-star as well. That one really hurt. I think Kalista was the same between 5 and 5.5. She was just Abomination, right? And Abomination, I believe, didn't really get changed that much. I've not checked which units can do 1-4, but 1-4 is easier nowadays. In the past, we had caster minions and melee minions, but this was changed. Nowadays, PvE minions are only melee. And because it's like 4 melee minions, it's actually a lot easier to deal with than 2 melees and 2 casters. Any chance the set might be your favorite one? I wouldn't go that far. Like, the problem is, like, judging a set based on, like, I don't know, 2 days of playtesting, when the set is not even out yet, right? It's a bit much. I can give you a first impression, which for the most part was positive. I thought the set was good. It made a good first impression. Like, for example, like set 14 made a really bad first impression. But because of like the set 14 had so many reprints and I really disliked the set mechanic. But with like set 15, it had a good first impression. I really like the set mechanic. I think it's a super fun set mechanic. And I'm looking forward to trying to cook with it. I'm perfectly fine with the art style, even though I know a lot of people don't like it. If I had one complaint, or like, let's call it a fear, not a complaint, okay? Let's call it a fear. If I have one fear is that I feel like the unit design might have been a bit too tame. Especially on the legendary side. Because like, we had some really cool legendaries. Like, I don't know, like the set 12 Smolder was like so much fun. And even stuff like Aurora in set 14. These types of legendaries are, like, set 14 actually had pretty good legendaries. Garen was great, Zek was fun, Urgot was decent, Aurora was really fun. So like set 14 had good legendaries. This set, I felt like the legendaries are fine. They definitely, I would say though set 14 had better legendaries than set 15. But like I said, like set 14 actually had really strong legendaries. That was like one of the, definitely the high points of the set. I just like how there's no dedicated support units. So what I noticed is there are utility power-ups. There's power-ups that give you Thunder and Shred. There's power-ups that give you anti-heal. There are power-ups that give you a Zephyr effect where you can snipe the enemy carry. So there is utility in the set, but it's more in the set mechanic and less in the units. I mean, you can also call Prodigy. Prodigy gives mana regen to your entire team. So that one technically counts as utility. Oh yeah, this Kalista, by the way, Soul Fighter Kalista is so satisfying to play. You should totally play this if you get the chance. So the way Soul Fighter works is fairly simple. It's you gain 80 and AP every few seconds until like 8 stacks, I think. And when you're max stacks, you get bonus true damage. So it's a fairly simple trait to understand. You just want to stall a bit, and then you have like bonus true damage to deal with the opponents. And Kalista just has, I don't know, man, this unit has such a satisfying ultimate. She throws a spear with very high single target damage to the furthest unit, which means you can control the targeting a bit with positioning. And also if she overkills, the spear keeps flying. So even if she hits like a frontliner that's like almost dead, most of the damage continues into the corner. Is the audio breaking? Not that I know of. Can do this. Maybe that helps a bit, but... Kalista targeting shenanigans. I will actually show you some Kalista targeting shenanigans in this game. Because Kalista is one of the 6 positioning candidates. Because it's furthest unit, high single target damage. So you can do a lot of positioning manipulation to snipe the enemy corners. Like it's like the medi positioning thing. They didn't touch artifacts. So they added a new artifact called Dawn Core, which reduces max mana and also reduces more mana per cast. So it's gone. That's like a replacement for blue buff. It's actually a pretty good artifact. I think it's a really fun artifact as well, because it really plays into the power fantasy of permacasting, and it pairs really well with Mana Zane. Outside of that, I think the artifacts mainly stay the same, except that there's no more mana, right? Like, it's only mana regen now. I choose this fight. Yeah, so Udyr is a mentor, which the way it works is that you want to play like... Oftentimes you want to play like one mentor, especially if it fits with a trait. Udyr gives you 80 and AP to the entire team. Yasuo gives you attack speed. Kobuko, I think, gives you HP or durability, one of the two. And Ryze gives you mana per auto attack, I think. Ryze has like the old, I think he has the old guild bard effect, if I'm not mistaken. Are there bonus on pen emblems? Yes, they are, but I checked them and there was nothing. Oh, this is Mundo Hero, by the way. Look at this. Mundo Hero is hilarious. He throws cleavers that like he actually loses HP every time he throws his cleaver. But yeah, this guy is gonna be really funny later. We're gonna keep an eye out on him. Mundo Hero Augment is one of the funniest hero augments in the set. Pretty much emissary. Well, there is one difference, which is if you play 4 mentors, they are the only ones who are getting buffed. So 1 mentor buffs everyone, and 4 mentor only buffs mentors. So it's like, you can think of it like a lot of comms can fill one slot with like Lulu or Twisted Fate or a mentor. But you can play 4 mentor reroll with like Udyr 3 and Yasuo 3. Yeah, they also upgrade their spells at 4, so there is a mentor reroll comp, but you can also just play them as fillers, like it's like, oh, I need a duelist, so I'm gonna be playing Udyr because he also gives my team a buff. Yeah, it's like mentors are good, like good splash units, especially Ryze. Ryze actually has, wait, what was? I'm trying to remember. Was Ryze strategist, executioner, and mentor? Was that? I think those were his 3 traits, right? Like Ryze is like the ultimate filler unit in a way. Because I think he has strategist, which is super valuable, and he grants bonus mana on auto attacks as the mentor buff, I think. So yeah, Ryze is gonna be the ultimate filler unit. Did you give Kalista Devil Fruit? Yes, that's the set mechanic. They're called power snacks, but honestly we can just call them Devil Fruits. How many Soul Fighter units are in the game? I think it's 7, if I'm not mistaken. Do we have a forecast AoE stunner? Yes, it's Jarvan. He's a mech strategist, has AoE stun. Oh yeah, right, I wanted to mention something regarding frying pans. So most of the frying pan effects are like, you know, like the Sorcerer emblem gives more AP, the Bastion converts like armor into AD and Amara into AP. It's like these types of effects. Unfortunately, I was looking for something like Vanguard, you know, but unfortunately we didn't have anything like that. There was like Prodigy was okay-ish. Prodigy gives you a shield to the lowest, like the Prodigy emblem. Whenever that unit casts, you get a shield on the lowest health unit based on the amount of mana you spend. Oh yeah, here you see the positioning. Do you see that? Yeah, that's the Medi the Betty positioning. Create a space and then have Kalista throw through the corner and one-shot the enemy carry in the corner. That's also really, really good with Luden's. Luden's Kalista is gonna be a big thing because you manipulate the positioning to get the Kalista spear in the backline, and then the overkiller is gonna proc Luden's in the backline and you just auto win the fight. Titans is really good now, yes. Fishbones works with the furthest. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, the targeting doesn't change. If the ability says furthest, then it doesn't matter. Fishbones matters for if you ult on your auto attack target, but Kalista doesn't do that. Why is Titans better now? If you're fully stacked, you gain CC immunity. So it has like a built-in QSS type effect, which is kind of cool. Did Shoko quit TFT? I mean, he might do a small return for set 15. I don't know. I don't know if he likes set 15 or not, but he was pretty done with it the last time I checked. The current consumable, the purple thing on the left, is a power remover. It's like, if I wanted to change the Kalista power, I could use it. You can also just sell the unit. You don't have to use the remover. The remover is if you want to keep the unit, otherwise you just sell it. And then you save up the remover. Sniper's focus Ludens will be insane, yeah. Kalista is gonna have so many cool item combos. Yeah, here you can see how the Darius has the QSS effect, right? Because the Titans is fully stacked. Does his next fruit have new effect for hero augment unit? I don't know if I fully understand the question. I mean, I think the power snakes does take into consideration if you have a hero or not. Because it's also like the possible options are also based on archetypes. You missed Duncan Darius. I mean, the Darius here is actually pretty good. The way Darius works is that he's a bruiser, like heavyweight is just bruiser. You definitely want to go heavy into heavyweight because it also gives bonus 80, which is good for Darius. And Darius has like a gimmick where he deals more damage to tanks. So it's much easier for Darius to get through the front line, but it's a little bit harder for him to one-shot the back line. I think he has something like 60 bonus damage against the tank archetype. But I like Darius. I actually have a really good Darius game that I played.
And a spear behind it.
But yeah, I think overall Darius was fun. I will definitely play him a lot. My first impressions of the set was positive. I liked the set. I had fun in the playtest. I wanted to keep playing.
No more games.
I did not play Monster Trainer. I'm sorry. I did not play it. I played against it a bunch, but I did not play it myself. I didn't have that much games. I mean, I had a decent amount of games, but there's like I was not able to test everything. What is the Gamba comp? It's Crystal. It's the Crystal Gambit, it's called. It kind of works like Heartsteel. It's like an interesting trade. You can play it as a 3-piece lose streak trade. And it kind of works like Heartsteel. If you do the 5-piece, you can min-max a bit for bonus loot. But you actually have to kill units for that. And then the 7-piece is bonus points. So the 7-piece is required. You're gonna have to like double down and have the 7-piece if you want the big cash outs. Which means finding an emblem and finding a legendary unit. So that's not gonna be easy. But the emblem is craftable. Is Echo a good unit? I showcased a pretty good Echo game today. I mean, he did have 2 artifacts, but he was really good. I liked him. It doesn't matter what I add in the stream title, people. I've said this before, I'll sell the game. I will say it again. People don't read Twitch titles. they don't read pinned messages, and they don't read patch notes. Just give up. I've just given up on this whole thing. The key mechanic of the set is called the power snacks. You can see it right here. In stage 3-6, you get a second one. You get one in the early game, and you get one in 3-6. So this is a devil fruit that spawns on your board. You pick it up, and now you can put it on a unit, and now you get 3 possible power-ups. And you can do this multiple times. You can sell a unit to get the power-up to try again, and you also have a specific remover to try again. I'm pretty sure the one time I put a text that was taking up like at least half of my screen, and people still came into the chat and asked a question that the thing was answering, the text. Because the people clicked on the stream and then they wrote the question without actually watching the stream. I've had this happen, so I honestly, whatever. Yeah, you can be pretty flexible with it if you want. You can definitely, you have multiple removers, you have multiple power snacks, you can sell units, you can be very creative with your powers. You're not always gonna get the best in slot, like you can't guarantee something, but you can at least try multiple times. My favorite unit might actually be Kalista, I think. I just love Kalista, man. This, like, she was my favorite unit in set 5, besides Teemo. And I don't know, it's just, for me, this version of Kalista is one of my favorite tier 1 designs. There's starting encounters like always, but I don't think they added anything crazy. Petition to make a mighty mech duck? Maybe. It sounds a bit difficult to make. What is Kalista best in slot? Well, she's Executioner, which means she gets spell crit from the trade, which I'm currently ignoring, and I shouldn't. So she does not need Infinity Edge. You can get by without Infinity Edge. Having some sort of attack speed like Ginzo for mana generation is not a bad idea, because otherwise it takes too long for her to ult. Yeah, actually give her Mana Zane here. Like my third Mana Zane game. But what I wanted to say, yeah, so like having some sort of mana generation is a good idea. I think having one crit item could make sense to increase the crit chance for the spear, because like if you're only running 2 executioners, having like maybe a guard breaker or something is not a bad idea. And outside of that, it's just damage, right? Like Giant Slayer, Deathblade. Probably she's gonna be a unit that's gonna be playing a lot of Deathblade here. But this is the Mono hero again. Oh, he's getting wrecked by my... Actually, is he getting wrecked by my Kalista? The guy's almost killing himself there. See, this is a fight where in the past you would get in the past you would gain mana from damage taken in a spot like this, and you don't anymore. Which is why like having mana generation from attack speed is definitely more important than before. I do think that like, I don't know, Gold Collector or Guard Breaker is probably a good idea on Kalista. Ooh, look at that, Portable Forge. Ooh, Luden's Kalista. But now it's actually kind of annoying. Like, which item do you remove? Do you remove Ginzo? Do you remove Guardbreaker?
We can do this.
But yeah, Luden's Kalista is sick, especially with if you manipulate positioning.
We never miss.
Yeah, I think with Mana Zane she doesn't need the Ginzo. You probably just min-max the damage with Mana Zane, Guardbreaker and Luden's, but quite frankly I don't remember what I do here. Oh, was this the... No, this was not the game where I stacked Rise. Oh no! I'm an idiot. Okay, whatever. I guess I do Guardbreaker Rise? Nah. Ah, whatever. Yeah, I don't think it was a Ginzo angle. It was a Guardbreaker angle, but It's always hard when you're learning a set and... Oh, that was an interesting spear. That actually hit a unit. There was like a unit flying in the air from the wrestler trait. She actually... It looked like she was inting, but she wasn't. She actually sniped the unit there. Thoughts on prismatic traits being quests? I think it's a good change. I disliked the trainer golem encounter because it became this level 9 rush with emblems. And I think chasing after a quest is a bit more fun than just chasing level 9 with 2 emblems. I think that it's a little bit more interesting. Also, it's easier to balance, which is nice, right? Because like if the condition for the prismatic is too easy, Riot can just make it harder. In the past, it was kind of annoying. Having to balance 10 street demons is annoying because if it's too weak, casuals are gonna be mad. If it's too strong, competitive is gonna be mad. But now it's a little bit easier to adjust how rare it is. So the way Soul Fighter works, the moment you have 8 Soul Fighter, a quest starts. And the quest is deal 99 player damage. And if you reach 99 player damage, the Soul Fighter trait will become a prismatic, which means that it's gonna be crazy. Right now you can see deal 99 damage to players, 27. So I dealt 27 out of 99 damage, and if I reach 99, I get a prismatic trait. Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a little bit of tuning to be done with Kale. Kale is honestly worse than Kalista. Like, Kale needs a few nerfs. This unit was wreaking havoc in the playtest. I do think, so I think Riot said something about they intentionally set the numbers too high for now. But it's really easy for Riot because I'm pretty sure they can track how often players reach the prismatic. And if the number is too low, they just make the quest easier. Right? So this is what I mean, right? It's much more annoying having to nerf the stats of 10 Street Demon. That's way more annoying than actually just how accessible is 10 Street Demon. Or in this case, Soul Fighter or whatever. I think 99 damage is a bit much. I would probably go a little bit down, like 90 or 85 or whatever. But yeah. How do you see this? There's a gap. There's a gap that Kalista wants to shoot through. Goodbye. I love this already. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even need Mana Zane and Ginzo. I just need Ludens, 2 damage items, and shooting through the gap. That's all I need. Something that's actually kind of interesting with Kalista is I think Soul Fighter lines up perfectly when she ults. So the moment she ults, Soul Fighter is max stacked and you immediately get the bonus true damage. And this is like set 5 Kalista. The quest should start before 8. I mean, it's not supposed to be easy, right? It's not supposed, like, think about how many games are supposed to end in prismatics. And the answer is not that many. You don't want all of your games to be decided by who gets the prismatic trait. That's lame. The cool thing is, Kalista is actually not the only one with this positioning. Caitlyn is the same. Caitlyn goes furthest unit. But that's cool. Does the damage count before 8 fighters? No. I believe only the damage counts the moment you activated 8 soul fighters. Battle Academia is actually a bit different. Battle Academia is you need 17 completed items. So it doesn't actually matter if you have 7 Battle Academia or not. If you don't have the items, you can't reach it. I did check something. So the Golem, if you have a Golem with a Battle Academia emblem, that doesn't count. That actually gives you +0 to the trade. Like +0 items to the trade. If you have the emblem itself on a champion actually does count as 1 item, and Thieves' Gloves counts as 1 item. So like temporary items do not count. And then that actually makes it pretty difficult. So 17 completed items, you kind of need something like Scuttle or Crab Rave, where you get like 2 items from the Crab Rave, from the Monster Crab. And then you still need a stage 6 carousel or something to even have a chance of getting it. Plus your augments need to give you items.
Here's a tip, and a spear behind it.
I mean, the crew prismatic is if everybody's 3-star, including Twisted Fate 3-star, you just you win the game, and then the rest of the placements is based on how much HP they had. It's kind of like the whole Kane encounter thing, except that you're guaranteed first. Is there a unit that scales with armor and MR? I think yes, there's a few. I don't know all of them on top of my head though. If somebody forfeits mid-fight, does that count towards damage quest? No. That one I'm pretty sure of because we tested this with augments in the past. There was this augment, the lunch money thing, where you get gold based on player damage. And I'm pretty sure if somebody forfeits, it counts the stage damage. Like, it counts how much, like, which stage are you in? That stage damage counts towards the augment, and that's it. Because we were thinking is like, can you intentionally forfeit to get a bunch of money from lunch money? But yeah. And it should be the same for Soul Fighter. Technically, that means that if people forfeit in your face, they can grief, quote-unquote, grief you a bit by giving you less player damage to work with. Flexible call to chaos. I mean, yeah, these are trade tracker, you know, these are the type of augments you need. I mean, if trade tracker is still in the game, then it should be pretty good with Battle Academia if you get a Academia emblem. Ah, goodbye. Dude, I love this. Dude, I love Luden's Kalista way too much. Like, her items are actually completely pointless. I win the fight in the first cast. Like, what do I need Ginzo and Mana Zane for? Trade tracker was removed? Okay, then yeah. But yeah, as you can see, I love Kalista, man. I actually have a different... I can show you a Kalista game tomorrow. I had a Kalista with triple Deathblade and a power-up that increases AD and an augment that gives more AD for Deathblade.
Charmed, I'm sure.
That was kind of fun. The only thing that was missing is I didn't have her 4-star. Yeah, this is a Kalista 2-star, but it is 8 Soul Fighter. 8 Soul Fighter is actually a lot of bonus AD and a lot of true damage. Hype for tomorrow? You have to wait one more day. It's Tuesday evening. I would say you can expect this set to go live in 48 hours. 48 hours is a decent time estimate. Could be a little bit less, could be a little bit more, but it's a good estimate, okay? So 48 hours from right now. That's kind of when the PBE should go up, if everything goes well. Sometimes it takes a few more hours than that. It depends if the deploy went smooth or not, I think. So like it could be 50 hours, right? It could be 50 hours from now. That's possible. I mean, I think at the very start there's not that much queue. Also, it's a Tuesday. I think the really big queues happen on Friday. Because on Friday people have like time and then they want to try the new set. It's usually the first weekend where the queues are pretty bad. How many prismatic traits are there? So 8 Soul Fighter can become a prismatic if you deal 99 player damage. I think it's 7 or 8 Star Guardians can become a prismatic if you spend 20,000 mana. 7 Mecha Prime can become a prismatic if you have 3 specific augments. 2 of those are gold and 1 is prismatic. It's called the mech augments are called I will be the legs, I will be the arms, and I will be the head. I will be the head, I believe, is the prismatic one. If you have all 3 augments plus 7 mech, then you get like the Giga mech, like a prismatic mech that pretty much wins you the game. Yeah, it's a like an Exodia type thing. Oh, you're right. The head thing can be gold. It can be prismatic and it can be gold, right? I feel like going for the mech prismatic. That's like where you want golden gala. I think. If your first encounter is golden gala, and you get a mech augment and 2/1, that's when you can go for it. Oh, that's a big mech. Holy moly, that's a very big mech. That's scary. The guy has a Yona 2 with 2 artifacts. He has a Tactician's Crown and he has a 7 Giga mech. Yeah, I think I can't beat him anymore, right? Look at how much HP this guy has. This guy has 91 HP. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't beat him anymore. I gotta... Right, it's because this was the game where I didn't... This was the game where I rushed 9 and I couldn't find Gwen Tooster and I was really mad. Oh, small spoiler, I don't find Gwen Tooster. Yeah, small spoilers, I'm not finding Gwen Tooster in this game, which is kind of sad. Also, I think I should have tried Mana Zane Gwen in this game, but whatever. Yeah, this is a Gallium mech. The Aatrox is a unit. I hate this spoiler, I'm sorry. Wait. I was listing prismatic traits, right? There's the crew thing with like the Twisted Fate 3-star, but that one's like whatever. And am I missing one? Star Guardian, Soul Fighter, Mech, and the crew. Was there one more? I'm not sure. That might have been all of them. Oh no, there is one more. It's there's a I think, or it was hinted that there's 10 Crystal Gambit. So technically there's a hidden prismatic, the 10 Crystal Gambit. But yeah, have fun getting 4 emblems, I guess. I mean, I will be chasing all of these prismatics. That's definitely one of my goals for this set. The ding proc after Ludens is satisfying? Yes, that's one of the reasons why I love Ludens. Now, I think the way you get the Crystal Gambit prismatic is there's probably a cash out that gives you emblems, because they did this with Fortune, if I remember this right. There was, I think it was set 11 Fortune. I think. There was one Fortune thing where there was a cash out that gave you emblems, and those emblems helped you to get the thing where the Fortune tree would join the battle and auto win you the game. And I think it's kind of like that. Like that one counted as a prismatic, I believe. Fortune was hidden. Yeah, but I think Crystal Gambit is hidden as well. I think it only shows as 7 in the tooltip. Oh, that was oh my god, that was such a good Kalista spear. But man, this Yona is unkillable. He takes no damage. You know what's actually sad about this? I think I was like 1 win away from getting the prismatic here. I think I was like 18 damage away or something from getting Prismatic Soul Fighter, but because this guy was high rolling and everybody else in the lobby is dead, I was like 18 damage short of getting the Soul Fighter Prismatic. So really sad. Okay, that's another spoiler, but I mean at this point it's not a spoiler anymore. I'm getting crushed by this guy. But yeah. Would have been cool to find like Gwen 2, win against this guy once and then get the Prismatic, but yeah, it was not meant to be. It was not meant to be. You can hover over the trait, and the trait will, like, if I hover over 8 Soul Fighter, it tells me my progress. But at this point, I think I'm kind of like mentally checked out of that game. I mean, I never went for Kalista. I don't disagree with rushing. I think Kalista 2 rushing 8 and immediately starting the Soul Fighter quest was a good decision. Not hitting Gwen was a bit sad, and having 1 Giga High Roller in the lobby was a bit annoying.